Hello, I've got muddy trousers and I've parked this Jeep Wrangler Rubicon in a hedge. Why? Well, because I could, frankly. And it's one of the only cars I've ever driven that really feels at home, really at home, in the hedge. Bit of a spoiler for this review. This is one of the best, worst cars I've ever driven. I'm going to show you why. Now let's get straight to it. The Jeep Wrangler in the UK at least comes in either diesel or 2-litre petrol forms. This is the petrol of 272 horsepower, and I want to show it to you, and by doing so demonstrate the very first of the Wrangler's off-road idiosyncrasies, because it's got a lot of them. I've not done this. There's no bonnet release inside. I think you undo that. There's one on the other side. Undo that. Oh, I feel manly. And then this looks like the lift up lid of a 12-volt socket, but there's a key here and the key goes in there. Oh. And is there a latch? Oh yeah, ow, that's burny, that's hot. There we go, right. And that is bloody heavy piece of metal. That goes there. It says Jeep 2.0L on it. They used to have V6s, didn't they? This is probably more efficient, but I'm still only getting 18 mpg out of it. 0-60 is in 7.2 seconds. It all arrives in one big glob, and that is kind of what it is, and it makes quite a horrid noise. Told you this was the best car ever, didn't I? In terms of practicality, the Wrangler is pretty good. It comes as a 3-door, or this is a 4-door, and there's a reasonable amount of room in there. I've got a baby seat in there. Everything fits. What also fits is the car itself. On UK roads, it doesn't feel too wide. You can take it green laning. I've been doing a bit of that this weekend and I've not got stuck once. It fits through 7-foot width restrictors really easily on some of the green lanes here in Surrey. And yeah, for an American-built, American-designed thing, it feels at home in Blighty. Actually, two other practical things about this car. The doors, you can take them off if you want to. I've not done that because I've not got the right tools, and also it's 0 degrees and it's cold enough anyway. But yeah, you can unbolt the doors, you can unbolt the roof panels. Extra practicality points. This is quite high to climb up in here, and when you get out you do scrape mud on the back of your trousers, and I know there are some men on the internet that really dislike that. But yeah, when you're off-road and this is up to its axles in mud, that high door clearance is vital. So well done Jeep for thinking of that. I mean, you've had what, 70 years of doing this? This car is extra practical as well because it has a 2-man tent with a memory foam mattress on the top from Tent Box. It costs quite a bit of money, and I'm not going to get it out now because I got it out yesterday and it took 2 people to put it away again, and I'm on my own. But yeah, super comfy, comes with a step ladder that hooks in here, and then you climb up into your tent and you can sleep on top of the car, and it feels super stable and super comfortable. It's winter, so I didn't use it. But there we go. Right, should we check out the boot of the best car in the world ever? Best, worst? Worst, best? Worst? Okay, at the back we get into another one of the Jeep's idiosyncrasies. If you've never used a Jeep before, you might think you pull this and the entire boot opens. Oh wait, it doesn't. You've got to go like this. One finger. Isn't that good? That actually, I don't know, I'm scared. That feels a bit flimsy, but hey, there we go. The boot is huge. It's got a big subwoofery thing in there. This is the ladder for the roof. You've also got quite a lot of space under there in a plastic tub type thing. And I think, yeah, this opens as well, and there's locking wheel nuts and stuff under there. So they're all safe and separate and easy to get to. You can obviously stand on all of this. You've got a towing hitch. It's all super rugged. I've been clambering all over this, fiddling with the roof tent thing, and it's been fine. Got a Christmas tree in there. It's a very practical car. I think the 3-door is probably a bit less practical, but that's why you get the 5-door. 4-door, more door, 4-door. Jeep. Nice touch is the reversing camera pokes out through the middle of the spare wheel, so you're never going to clatter the back of it on anything. Well done, Jeep. Right, now I've got even more mud on my trousers from doing all that stuff. Let's talk about the interior. First up, it's actually all right in here. The driving position between me and the wheel and the seat is quite nice. The first real thing you notice, however, when you get into one of these is that there's no room for your left foot to rest anywhere. In the footwell, you've got your brake pedal, your accelerator, and you just have to stick your left foot under the brake pedal out of the way when you don't need it, which is obviously probably not particularly safe. I presume that's for transmission-y reasons. It all feels all right in here. This is a 50-something grand car. It's all right for that. Do you know what? Jeep's latest entertainment system is not bad. It does the job well. There are tons of switches on here, which I'll take you through in a second. There's a big glove box. It is hard wearing. It is designed to be an adventure vehicle, but at the same time, it feels pretty good. Right, that was rubbish. So I'm going to jump in and actually show you everything. This car has got the £100 optional scuff mats, which I think are these rubber mats here. Thank God it's got them because I've absolutely screwed them. They are filthy, dirty, covered in mud, and all the rest of it. Right, clamber up. It is quite a high car. You've got grab handles there. That is very helpful. First thing you notice, you've got a range select lever, so this goes between 2 high, which is your default one, just rear wheel drive, 4 high automatic, 4 high part-time, neutral, and 4 low. This is your regular gear shift with, I don't know if you can see, it's got a little red trigger, which is quite a nice touch. You have your diff locks here, you've got front rear, rear only, and a big button to turn them all off. You can disconnect the sway bar, or anti-roll bars if you're not an American, for more articulation. Window switches are here. Your passengers will be like, where are your window switches? Because they're not on the doors. You've got auxiliary power. I haven't actually worked out where the takeoffs for that are. I should probably look around, but I'm not going to. You've got an aux in, 3.5mm. When was the last time you saw one of those on a car? You have got a USB-C, woo, and a USB normal. Is it USB-A? Well done Jeep for giving us both of those in the 2020 Wrangler. There are lots of other brands that still just give you one or the other. Normal physical buttons for heated seats. The steering wheel heat is one setting only, and that setting is the core of the sun. So you turn it off and on. Lots. Let's start it up. It's probably going to beep lots. Yeah, beepy, beepy, beepy. Okay, now it's started up. We can see the dashboard. Got a rev counter, digital screen there. I find that speedo a bit hard to read when you're trying to hit 50 miles an hour because I kind of sit up there. But you can get big digital one in the middle, along with tyre pressures, along with off-roady stuff to tell you what's connected, what's locked, and everything else. Driver assist, it's got adaptive cruise, this car. It's got the safety pack, which is one of the options, which I think includes that. Fuel economy, I'm getting 20 now. And that's about it, really. There's nothing too fancy on there. DAB radio and everything. Sat nav, everything on here is dead easy to use. And you can do all the heated seat stuff on there. It's really, actually, I quite like all this. Once you get used to it, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that, not my crotch, but the fact that there's nowhere for your left foot to go. That is a bit annoying. Right, that's probably enough of the interior, because to be honest, this car's mostly about driving. So, is the Jeep Wrangler any good to drive? No, it isn't. And especially if you're the kind of worthy motoring journalist that does consumer reviews and you only wear rally jackets that have been given to you by manufacturers and nothing else, it's pretty terrible, to be honest. It feels like a car from another era because its only job is to go off-road, and everything you do on-road, certainly in this, the Rubicon, the off-roady one, is very compromised by that. The ride, it never settles down. The smallest of bumps send a shock up your spine like you wouldn't imagine a big off-roader. The steering is vague and slow. It's about 15 orbits from lock to lock of the moon or something. It's very slow steering, is what I'm trying to say. And you're constantly making little adjustments to go in a straight line. I'm getting 18 mpg from the 2-litre engine. It's reasonably quick. It's 0 to 60 in 7.2, but it all comes in a big burst like a turbo-luggy diesel. It's a bit creaky, it's a bit rattly, it's noisy. The tent box on the roof means if you open the windows at 40 miles an hour, you'll be deafened by wind noise. But despite all that, despite it being on paper a terrible thing, it's one of the most fun cars I've driven in a very long time. Every roundabout exit, every exit from a junction, you're just sideways with the traction control letting the tail kick out a bit, because by default it's rear wheel drive, and when the boost kicks in it just completely overwhelms those really off-roady knobbly tyres, especially on these freezing cold wet roads, and you do skids, which is entertaining. But no, the real reason this is good is because it's very good off-road. I took it off-road yesterday, and well, I'm just going to play some footage from that. Right, there we go then. Jeep Wrangler, absolutely terrible to drive. One of my favourite cars ever, I think. Back to you, Tim, to try and make some sense for an outro. Oh. So the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon then. It is just a car for people that like to get their feet dirty. It's actually, although it is terrible on road and boring car journalists will say it's hopeless at everything, I've had really good fun in it. You can do little skids out of junctions, you get scared above 70 miles an hour, you get wind noise, you get deafened, it drinks all the fuel in the world and still doesn't go around corners very well. But as soon as you get off-road, it puts a huge smile on your face. So if you are going to dabble in off-roading, then frankly, this will laugh at any off-roading you can do in England. I imagine in America you've got some massive rock faces that you'll need to put proper portal axles on it for and stuff like that. But I really like it at £50,000 starting price-ish. It is expensive, yes, but new Defender's £70,000. That is a lot more comfortable. It's probably 90% as good off-road, and it's a lot more modern. But hey, you buy this because you want a Jeep. You don't buy it because you want a sensible car. You buy it with your heart, not your head. You think, I want a big fuck off yellow Jeep to go and stick in the mud, and you do it and you have a great time. So yes, it is one of the worst cars you can buy in 2020. But it's also one of the most fun. How's that for a conclusion then? Well, inconclusive probably, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe and hit my bell, and I'll see you next time when there isn't mud seeping into my socks.